What's up guys, and welcome to my Everything That's New series, where I actually go in depth and see and find what Apple added in this new firmware update. So this is WatchOS 10, and this is the first time we see Apple fully redesign literally everything to maximize the edges on the display for these large display Apple Watches like the Apple Watch Ultra, the Series 8, even the SE2, which is what we have right here. And we'll also be comparing it with WatchOS 9 for a comparison to see how well or how far Apple evolved these new features. So this video was not easy to make, so I'll definitely appreciate the support if you can, as this is the full guide of everything that Apple added. Let's get started. Starting off with Smart Stacks, and that can now be accessed by simply just rotating the digital crown. It'll take us to the new Smart Stack widget. Now there's nothing there's no alternative on the previous WatchOS, so WatchOS 9, because this one, when you rotate digital crown, all it did was just do this. There was no function to it whatsoever. But now when you rotate digital crown, it'll take us to the Smart Stack, and you also have access to it by swiping up. Give me a second. And you also have access to it by quickly, violently swiping up like so to the new Smart Stack. But these new Smart Stacks are pretty cool because not only does it show you the time display right here, you can also find resume workout sections. But if you go all the way down, you can actually customize it to some shortcuts to some favorite apps you may have. So if you actually long press, you can actually remove some of these apps and actually put a dedicated app you wish to have as a replacement, like Bike Map, for example. You could totally do so, or even the blood oxygen sensor. You have quick access to its shortcut right here. And some of these apps also have some cool new animations. Not the oxygen, unfortunately. But if you like one of these Smart Stacks to be pinned automatically to the top, you can always just long press and just pin it right here. Or you can actually tap add. You can actually add some of these new widgets to be the dedicated location for these smart widgets. And I'm sure in the near future, more third-party apps will actually integrate new widgets for the watch. And some may argue, well, since this is... And then I recently switched to a different watch face, and if you look back, it is transparent to the watch face that you select. And Control Center also has been removed as well, because previously a long press from the bottom to top will take us to Control Center, and it also follows a new translucent appearance where it'll actually match the watch face. Battery icon slightly different than previous, because previously it used to look like this. Pretty simple. This one looks much more modern than ever before. And of course you have access to low power mode, just like it previously was on the previous OS. Just now you have a new low power mode UI design right here, where previously it will just show you the yellow icon on the control center. Now if you tap on it, you could actually reverse it. Super simple and easy than ever before. Digital crown doesn't do anything, unfortunately. And then gesture controls like double tapping to go to your app switcher, that's still the same. Double tapping for Apple Pay, that still is the same. But in the control center, as there's now this new cool animation as you scroll, as you see right there. In terms of new control shortcuts, they're all identical. But up here where you see the icons give you a little more detail and are much larger to read. Especially when you go into the main watch face of your Apple Watch, it'll actually show you a little icon of that device. Then previously it was just like a little circle or a dot. But in terms of missing features, Apple did remove the simple slide to switch between different watch faces. This one only has one, unfortunately. Yeah, because now we can no longer do that. Now you actually have to long hold and select the different watch faces you have pre-made. Where previously you could just do a quick swipe. Unfortunately that's gone, but who knows, maybe it could be re-added in the near future, in a future beta profile update. In beta 2 or 3 or something. But there is 2 new watch faces that got added, and that is right here, the new Snoopy, which gives you these amazing animations, which will actually adapt depending on the weather conditions. So if it was raining, Snoopy will actually be holding an umbrella. And then you also have Pellet, which is this cool, clean, new layout, colors in one corner. You can select between these different colors to select from, or you can select a solid color with different shades of gray. But when you hit edit, nothing has really changed aside from the new complicated feature section, which will give you the cool feature of some complications you may want to select, but everything else in terms of selections is similar to something on the previous WatchOS, where the complications just give you a little list like this. There was no feature tab like how it is on WatchOS 10 now. And then for those wondering, with an Apple Watch Ultra, with the Wayfinder watch face, we have the capability to roll to activate night mode. That no longer exists because now it's replaced with smart stacks, but if you like to enable night mode, you simply just long press on the wayfinder watch face, go to edit, and just go into night mode, and here you can select either auto, off, or on at all times. Auto, for my first-hand experience, works extremely well, especially when I'm driving at night, because right now in the bright room, it's showing us our colors. But if it's low light, using its internal sensors, it takes a while to activate, like a minute or so in a dark room, but it will automatically activate and disengage all automatically, just like auto headlights. This feature works extremely well, and I love it because I don't even have to think about it. It automatically switches to night mode without ruining my night vision. It's super convenient. You will not be disappointed by no longer having to manually rotate the digital crown, although it was fun to like fidget. And then if you're wondering about the Siri watch face, don't worry, that still exists as we have it right here. If you long press, the Siri watch face is still here, available on WatchOS 10. Just when you rotate digital crown, it no longer will take you to the smart stack, because this technically is the smart stack. So it will basically just do this. But if we switch to like a different watch face, as you see, rotate digital crown, it'll still give us access to the smart stack. So the Siri watch face is still there and serves a very similar purpose, just like a smart stack. Now the app layout also got revamped. Previously we had this huge grid where you could actually create some designs, because if you enter a wiggle mode, you can rearrange it to your own personal preference. I've seen people create like some crazy designs. That no longer is the case. Now whenever we go into app mode, right now I have it on list, but if we scroll all the way down, we can tap grid. It now looks like this. Really easy, nicely organized, easier to like spot certain apps you may be looking for compared to this massive grid. I can see why Apple decided to do this. And of course you could long press to like edit and delete these apps. But if you like to switch back to the alphabetical list, you totally can. And as well swipe to like delete apps this way as well. But apps that receive a massive overhaul is the new heart rates app, because now it actually looks more professional than this like simple layout. This actually does now feature a cool animation, and you'll find all the existing features that we previously had on the previous WatchOS in here as well. Just I noticed again, it really does utilize like the edge displayed real estate compared to these like big black areas right here, and my heart rate's up because I'm standing. Another app that received a big update is the new sleep app. It's now fully redesigned as well, as it looks really beautiful compared to the previous WatchOS, and also gives you more detail. Just recently I was on a cruise, so I wasn't able to log everything, but if you do log everything, it just looks better now, especially now since you can actually track like the REM awake and all that good stuff right here. Weather app also received a nice overhaul, because previously it used to look like this. Now you can actually tap to view many different like useful information they could display, but you can still scroll down to like this traditional circle that previously was available. You can still view all that, but it just looks much more modern. It looks very similar to something we may expect to find like on the iPhone, which is really awesome. And then in terms of the nightstand mode, when equipped, if you tap on the little icon over here, you still have the capability to view the exact battery life percentage, but now the animation is slightly different and much more modern. And yes, this is an all-in-one charger. It's perfect for those who are tired of dealing with messy cables and multiple chargers. Say goodbye to the clutter and hello to convenience with the Pitaka MagEasy Slider 2. As a charging station for your home or office, the MagEasy Slider 2 powers up your iPhone 14, 13, or even 12 series wirelessly, but that's not all. The back actually has a wireless charging area for your AirPods Pro 3, 2, or any G-Charging enabled earbuds, while the slider powered dongle charges your Apple Watch series as well. It's like having a charging hub right at your fingertips. Need power on the go? The slider actually has a battery bank, as it's a portable battery bank with a capacity up to 4,000 mAh. You can just slide it in or out for it to charge. And don't worry about the compatibility. The power dongle is a MFI certified, ensuring a reliable charging for your Apple Watch. Plus, the LED indicator keeps you informed of the charging stats at all times. So go ahead and experience the future of wireless charging with the Pitaka MagEasy Slider 2. And say goodbye to that clutter, embrace yourself in convenience, so make sure to check them out in the description down below. And yeah, that is an amazing charger. I'll have it in the description down below. Thanks Pitaka for sponsoring today's video. But also, check this out. The Noise app also received a massive overhaul, where previously it used to look like this. Now it actually does utilize the edge-to-edge real estate space that the Apple Watches have, as well as the OK mark right here, and you can still tap I for more information revolving around decibel levels. So the decibel app has been revamped and looks much more pleasant. The activity app also shows you more information than ever before. Not only can we monitor our activity rings, but you can also monitor your friends right here as well and see what their stats are looking like, as well as how they're doing, and all the other useful information you want to go ahead and see if you're competing, where previously you had to swipe, and when you tap on it, it really didn't give you that much information in a nice layout like it does now. And then if you keep using your digital crown, you'll switch to different like little sections of the activity, as well as for your current stacks and the workouts you did today. But if we go back, and then if you like to adjust an activity, you can always just tap on the circle minus right here and you can actually adjust it on the go. Much easier than ever before. But here where your little trophy badge icon is, this allows you to basically view all your trophies you have completed, as well as view all your limited edition medals as well. Let me know in the comment section if I have more than you or if you have more limited edition medals than me. I'm curious what awesome designs I missed out on or what awesome designs I have compared to yours. Looks good. I liked it. But not only that, the workout app also received an update, because if we actually go into the workout, you can now create custom workouts. If you're subscribed to Apple Fitness Plus, you can actually start your workouts right here, the ones you've created. But a new one is the cycle outdoor runs, because now when you start it, you could actually pair your Apple Watch to bike accessories to track additional data. But in addition to that, when you start a cycle run on your Apple Watch, a little live card was supposed to pop up, and here you can actually tap on it. If you actually have a mount on your bicycle, you can actually have your iPhone mounted on display to monitor your speed, distance you travel, and your heart rate right here on your display. All that sending information live from the Apple Watch to your iPhone. So it's really cool. I'm excited to test that out. For some reason on the iPhone 14 Pro on the developer beta 1 is not yet available. Hopefully in the near future it is. Another app that received a nice overhaul is the podcast app, because now whenever we launch it, this is the new layout, much cleaner than ever before. And it's also easier to manage. Hit play. You can actually enlarge or minimize the podcast album. Right now it's not loading for some reason on my device. There it goes. But you can maximize it if you don't want to see it. And you also have the quick other controls right here as well. And the capability to switch to another AirDrop device right here. It just looks more pleasant again. You will see also the new music app also got revamped with the same layout, just like the podcast. They're going to share this similar design. And when you tap now, it will automatically take you to the now playing section. Again, similar tools like the podcast compared to previously. They didn't really give us this layout. It's just simple like this. It didn't even give us the option to actually play music with our iPhone right away. Made us choose between earbuds instead of our iPhone. The Apple remotes also got a new update, as now there's like a new smooth animation whenever you select between different remotes. But in terms of layout, everything is 100% identical to like how it previously was. Right now I'm having connection problems, so I'm like spamming through everything, but it's all similar in terms of like controls. The home app also looks bigger and better than ever, because very similar to the weather app, it actually follows a new UI. It's not letting me connect two Apple Watches on one iPhone, which is fine, but as a comparison, like this is how it looks like now. Again, it really does utilize everything. You also have quicker access to the intercom if you have like home pods or something like that scattered all over the house. Lighting, you can all control it right here. You can adjust the brightness, as well as change the RGB colors if they support RGB, or even the carrot tone. News app also looks cool, where you can see a side-by-side comparison. Text, images just look much better, where previously you had to tap to like go between different like stories, like slide. Now you can actually like slide your finger down or use a digital crown even, and tap on it to see more of the article, as well as bookmark and share. So yeah, you can see on the edges on the image has some massive borders. Over here, not that much. Apple Maps looks a lot better as well, and now you can actually like zoom in and double tap to like quickly zoom, but as well as long holding to like drop a pin if you like. In addition to that, if you're exploring, you can actually hit explore to like find new trails. But if you use the digital crown, you can actually see the walk distance of the location where you're around. So how long it'll take you to get to a certain spot if you actually walk. It actually does that. There also is a new search capability where you can actually explore new trails in case you're in the outdoors exploring. But if you launch Apple Maps on your iPhone, you can actually tap on your profile. you'll see there's a new offline section. If you actually tap here, you can actually download like certain offline maps right here on the go on your iPhone. And whenever you save some of these offline maps, you can actually view it on your Apple Watch so long as your iPhone's nearby, and actually still connect to offline maps using GPS to actually navigate cities and stuff just by using your Apple Watch. No need to actually have like a Wi-Fi or a cellular connection. So offline maps does support the Apple Watch, but you just cannot store it directly in the internal storage of your Apple Watch as of yet. And then soon there will be actually a topograph map layout, which will allow you to actually see the elevation between mountain layouts, lakes, and such. Right now this isn't yet available, but will be once the official release is done. And it will also feature elevation alerts as well. Now, compass mode, you can still have access to it by long pressing on the power button and just tap compass. And then if you're actually using compass to like backtrack, actually mark cellular connection mark. So as soon as it detects you lose connection on your iPhone or your Apple Watch, it will actually drop a marker there automatically, so you can actually backtrack and go back to that section to get a hold of people or just catch on some messages and such if you're on a hike. It does that all automatically. Tap right here, you can actually see the altitude right there in real time with this different layout you could track and use. World clock also got a new redesign as well, and will actually mark like friends and family around the globe that you may have in your contacts. So you can actually use the digital crown to see what time is it over there for them to make the appropriate time to get a hold of them in case you have to call them. That's what those little dots are, which is pretty cool. And again, it just has a nice, beautiful animation. Contacts also got revamped as well, because now whenever you tap on a contact, their profile will look like this, where previously it was just a layout like this. Drop contact sharing will soon become available, where you can actually like tap a different Apple Watch and it will automatically like send that individual contact information by tapping. Then optimized charging will also become enhanced for this new WatchOS 10 update, where it's now standard. And not only that, again, will make sure your Apple Watch has the best longevity in terms of its usability on its single battery that it has. So this update is set to extend the battery life of your Apple Watch. And then for Apple Fitness Plus, to create a new workout, you just tap on the Fitness Plus, and right here it will tell you build your workout plan. Or if you already build one, you just go to the very bottom and just go into custom plans. And here's where you can actually go in and override and actually build your custom plans. And you have all these different workouts to select from: core, cycling, dance, and etc. The Mindfulness app also received a new feature as well, as now there's actually a state of mind, which allows you to do daily logs of how your day is going, stress levels and stuff like that. So if you're concerned about your health, the Apple Watch will actually help you in giving you the right treatment you may need. Or if you're just stressing over nothing, the Apple Watch will also clarify that. So here you can actually log in how you're feeling right now or overall today, and just use digital crown, unpleasant, very pleasant, and you should get the picture. Tap next, and you also have the capability to add optional descriptions as well, like if you're feeling amazed, abused, brave, calm, contact, excited, grateful, and the list just goes on. And then if you actually do sleep tracking, the new good morning screen is also different as well. But in terms of features, that's basically it. Other new changes can be found whenever you use your Apple Watch to unlock your MacBook, because this latest version of macOS, I noticed the unlock capability is much faster and snappier than ever before, so that's amazing. Group FaceTime calls and audio calls and FaceTime messages can all be viewed right here on your Apple Watch as well. So if someone leaves you like a message via FaceTime, you can actually view that message on the display on your Apple Watch. That's also coming in really soon. But other similar features, like if you actually turn off your Apple Watch and power it off by tapping on digital crown a couple of times, it'll actually show you the time, but instead of it being green, it's actually white this time. So all in all, there you guys have it. That is everything new for WatchOS 10, comparing it from WatchOS 9 to WatchOS 10. Even though this is like a Series 8 Apple Watch right here, and the SE2, everything is 100% identical, minus the Wayfinder night mode we're used to that the Apple Watch Ultra has. All the other apps we featured are 100% identical. There's no differences whatsoever between the different screen sizes of Apple Watches. Again, every Apple Watch is compatible except for Apple Watches that are older than the Series 4 Apple Watch, which is this one. So if you're a Series 3 user, it's time to upgrade. But that's an amazing feature that Apple kept, this due to the fact that just like the previous OS, the Series 4 is still very relevant and extremely modern, because it will still continue receiving support from Apple. All in all, thanks so much for watching. If you'd like to watch more, make sure to check out that video over there. for the new iOS 17. Thank you, Pataka, for sponsoring this video. Link to everything in the description down below. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.